Trinity B1 ISC 1 4 Skills Test, SELT Secure English Language Tests, B1 English Test ISC 1 Skilled Worker, Health and Care Worker, Scale-Up Worker, Student Visas.
This is Trinity College London ISC 1. Achiever B1, I am your interlocutor for your speaking and listening test. My name's Angelina. What's your name?
My name is Galib Shafadar.
What's your
I'm from
title
London.
topic? What's your title topic for today?
Family.
What
so
are your four
outside,
topics?
yeah, I'm going to give you that.
Wait for the examiner to ask you, okay? First, when examiner will ask you, what is your title topic? You will say that it's family. Then the examiner will say, what are your 4 topic points? What are your 4 topic points? Yes.
Okay. My first, shopping with the family, and outside restaurant food with the family, and travel with the family, and watching TV movie with the family. Yeah.
Traveling and please
Yeah,
use
4.
eating
That's 4.
out with family. See, shopping with family, eating out with family, traveling with
Family, traveling with family, and watching movie.
and watching films with family.
Yeah.
Watching films. I'm gonna start over. Please listen. This is Trinity College London ISC 1, Achiever B1. I am your interlocutor for your speaking and listening test. My name's Angelina. What's your name?
My name is Galib Shafadar.
What's your title topic for today?
Family.
What are your 4 topic points?
Shopping with the family, eating with the family, traveling with the family, and watching movie with the family.
Okay. How often do you go shopping with your family?
In a month, couple of times in a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you usually like to purchase when you go shopping?
Normally, like kids, they want to purchase, like, like in school, like sometimes they need a school uniform, sometimes they need, like other stuff, which is, like they can go in a month, couple of times, because they're not going to get time. So, like, they want to normal shopping, like window shopping, whatever they need, they can have a shopping in a month, couple of times.
Could you please tell me about something that you bought recently?
I bought recently a gift for my wife, like perfume, and because she liked the perfume and all that, so buy recently the gift for her.
Okay, what time of the day do you usually prefer to shop?
On a Saturday, because Saturday is.
What time of the day?
The time, like in the midday, like afternoon, because that time is honestly, you can wake up easily because you got holiday on Saturday, Sunday, and then easily you can go and come back and before the evening.
How do you travel for shopping?
Normally, sometimes use in my own transport car, and sometimes use in public transport, because sometimes the traffic and all that. So it's much easy, and you can save money. Normally, like when you go, in the mall, you have to pay for the parking and all that. So if you use a public transport, so that you don't need to pay for anything else, like you can go easily and come back.
Okay, what kind of food do you like to eat out with your family?
Some special, like like Indian, Pakistani foods they love. So which like normally, like in London Green Street is available, like traditional foods and all that. A lot of like different type of foods. So that everyone, they have a different choice. So they can have that places, like they can have the multi different things like over there. So they can have food, like they can have enjoy the food over there. That's a good place. You can find everything is over there in one place.
All right. And where have you recently traveled with your family?
And Dubai. because Dubai is a really great place, like is a warm place. Nowadays, weather is super there, because people they're going for shopping, they're going for desert safari and a lot of things over there in Dubai. You can get cheaper shopping even and foods is amazing foods as well over there. So a lot of things like you can enjoy freely and mostly like safe and secure. You're not really like like over here it's pretty hard honestly, like it's not safe. Like over there you can safely easily you can move, you don't worry for at all. Yeah, so that's the reason the place is amazing. We'll prefer you to you visit even there Dubai. It must be you visit earlier maybe, but that place is really wonderful place. Everything is available.
Where do you prefer watching films with your family?
Mostly at home, because sometimes my family they like to go with, sometimes they got new movie, new something like which they want to go with cinema, but normally we watch a movie and all in a home. So we comfortable in a home, like whatever you like to watch you can watch in a home. Mostly they like drama and sometimes new movies. Yeah, so like sometimes we watch like like funny movies like that, which can we can enjoy with the family, like, yeah.
Thank you so much. Now, Galib, it's your turn for task 2. Okay,
Awesome.
ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the topic of the conversation is things you like to read. What kinds of things do you like to read?
Okay. Normally, like, we are normally like we are working in a market, and honestly, like we are getting the order from the customer and all that, and we are used to be in the market, like getting the order, writing, reading, and all that. So mostly we like to go that way, like we love to have more order. We are thinking like that if we can get more order, so like we can get more sales, we can get more profits, and we can get this kind of things, like so I like to mostly to making invoice, writing orders, and all that.
Okay. Do
Yeah.
you read English books to learn English?
Yeah, definitely was some time, but nowadays, the technology and all that, honestly, like everything is writing by mobile and on a laptop and all that, which is, especially in London here, like mostly like 80, 60, 70% people like they're not writing, there some reading is okay, like the people travel in a train and all that, but the writing normally like is very much less writing, normally like by pen and all that.
I'm asking you about reading. Reading.
Okay.
Reading.
Yeah,
I'm
reading.
asking
Yeah,
you about reading.
yeah, definitely. I like to read like stories, and especially the news. Normally, like I read, if whether I can read in my mobile, my laptop, which I want to know about what's going on all around, like, and
Hmm.
sometime, like if I'm traveling in a train, so I take a storybooks and all that, so
Hmm.
can like can get read and get time pass even as well. Yeah.
Okay, so how often do you read? How often do you read?
Uh, Mostly in a month, like weekly one time, definitely, weekly one time, sometimes couple of time in a week. Yeah, normally like, yeah, that way.
Do you like to
Because
read anything about lifestyle?
but I mean,
Do you like to read anything about lifestyle?
yeah, mostly we read the lifestyle, life, what's going on, and what's the people, what's going, the life in which direction is going, and is gonna help us what the direction and what's going all around. Like that thing is we are every day that things we study and we read this kind of things like everyday basis. Like as I told you like earlier, like in a phone, mobile phone, which which is going to help us to read these kind of things normally like. But stories and all that, that can read it, in a week, couple of times. But normally, like these things is with the routine, everyday routine. Definitely we read. Yeah, we come to know about what's going on.
Okay, could you please ask me 2 questions about the things that I like to read?
Oh, okay. What about you? What you like to read normally like?
I usually like to read literature.
Oh, great. Okay. And how often you read in?
Probably every day because I have great interest in it.
Oh, okay. And what about the writing? Are you interested to
Writing
write?
is the topic is not writing, the topic is just reading. Okay? Things you
Okay.
like to read. You need to listen to the topic carefully.
Yeah.
Galib, are you ready? This is part 1 of listening. We call it independent listening task
Yeah.
1.
I'm ready. Yes,
You're
I'm ready.
allowed to take notes. Okay? You
Okay.
are allowed to take notes.
Okay.
I'm going to play a recording about Charles Dickens. You have to listen to it twice and then answer some questions about it. Let's listen now.
ISE 1, Task 1.
Charles Dickens was born in 1812 in Portsmouth, England. Dickens was lucky enough to go to school, but at the age of 12, he had to leave school to work in a factory. After this, he worked in a law company and then became a journalist. His first novel was published in 1836. It was called The Pickwick Papers. It was published as a serial, which meant people could buy one chapter every month. Dickens became very famous after the success of this novel. During his life, he wrote 15 novels and hundreds of short stories. In 1836, Dickens married a woman called Catherine Hogarth. During his marriage to Catherine, they had 10 children together. The Dickens family also had a pet. It was a bird that could talk. As well as writing, Dickens also loved the theatre and magic. He once acted in a play in front of the Queen of England, Queen Victoria. Charles Dickens died in 1870 at the age of 58, but his novels are still enjoyed all over the world.
Now listen again.
Charles Dickens was born in 1812 in Portsmouth, England. Dickens was lucky enough to go to school, but at the age of 12, he had to leave school to work in a factory. After this, he worked in a law company and then became a journalist. His first novel was published in 1836. It was called The Pickwick Papers. It was published as a serial, which meant people could buy one chapter every month. Dickens became very famous after the success of this novel. During his life, he wrote 15 novels and hundreds of short stories. In 1836, Dickens married a woman called Catherine Hogarth. During his marriage to Catherine, they had 10 children together. The Dickens family also had a pet. It was a bird that could talk. As well as writing, Dickens also loved the theatre and magic. He once acted in a play in front of the Queen of England, Queen Victoria. Charles Dickens died in 1870 at the age of 58, but his novels are still enjoyed all over the world.
All right, Galib, now I'm going to ask you some questions about the recording.
Okay.
Could you please tell me, where was Charles Dickens born?
You're talking about the born, right?
Yeah, where was Charles Dickens born?
1812.
Where? W-H-E-R-E, where place? Can anyone else tell me, where was Charles Dickens born?
England.
England, that is right. My next question, Galib. Where did he work after the factory? Where? Galib,
Yeah, I can hear you.
where did he work after the factory? Where? The place. Where did he work? Can anyone else tell me?
Company, law company.
That is correct. Law company. Galib, how many novels did he write?
12.
Incorrect. Can anyone else tell me how many novels?
15 novel.
15 novels. Galib, you were not taking notes. You had to write that information on paper. Galib,
Yeah.
I'll tell you. Okay, what kind of pet did he have, Galib? Galib, what kind of pet did he have? Can anyone else tell me? What type of pet did he have?
Every kind of pet.
No, really. He had a bird, a talking bird. Pet, P-E-T, pet, like cat, dog, whatever, pet. Galib, do you have a pet at home?
No.
Pooja, do you have a pet?
No, ma'am.
Rihanna, do you have a pet?
No.
I have a pet. I have a beautiful cat. Okay. So that's a pet. That's an animal that you keep at home. Birds, dogs, cats, fish, anything is a pet. Okay. So what kind of pet did he have? He had a bird.
Bird. Yeah, the
My
bird.
next question is, who did he act in front of? Who did he act in front of? Who? Can anyone else tell me? Who did he act in front of? Who?
In front of his wife.
Front of the one. Galib, come on. No. Galib is still thinking about Charles Dickens having 10 children and performing in front of wife. No.
Yeah, because mostly we focus. Mostly we focus. I know you're gonna go with the different. Which now I think about that because you're gonna go with the different because we was focused mostly on a years and like like number of things like where and you're gonna hope you're gonna ask that kind of but
Can anyone else tell me who did he act in front of? Queen Victoria, Queen of England. Okay. And Galib, what age did he live to?
yeah, 50.
That is incorrect. Can anyone else tell me?
58.
58. Thank you so much. This is the end of independent listening task 1. And who has failed this task? You guys can guess who failed?
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. You failed. Okay, so Galib's turn. Galib, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, Galib, I'm going to play a recording about Shakespeare. You have to listen to the recording and first tell me in few words what is the recording.
ISE 1.
Are you ready?
Yeah, okay.
ISE 1. Task 2.
William Shakespeare was a famous English writer. People all over the world have heard of Shakespeare, and he is one of the most famous writers that ever lived. Shakespeare lived in the 16th century, when Elizabeth I was the Queen of England. He was born in a small town in the middle of England, but moved to London when he was a young man. Not many people know this, but Shakespeare was a successful actor before he started writing plays and poems. In his lifetime, Shakespeare wrote 37 plays, and they are still as popular today as they were when he wrote them. His plays are still performed all over the world in many different languages. Perhaps the best-known play is Romeo and Juliet. As well as writing poems and plays, he also built a theatre in London called the Globe Theatre. William Shakespeare died on the 23rd of April. We think that this is also his birthday.
Okay, Galib, would you please tell me in few words what is this recording about?
Yeah, this is regarding about William Shakespeare and his short life, like till his die.
Okay, just excuse me.
Yeah.
Excuse me for a minute, I'm getting a call. Yes, that's correct.
No way.
So now I'm going to play the recording once again, and you have to write down 6 facts from it, okay?
Yeah, please, if you can replay this.
ISE 1, Task 2.
William Shakespeare was a famous English writer. People all over the world have heard of Shakespeare, and he is one of the most famous writers that ever lived. Shakespeare lived in the 16th century, when Elizabeth I was the Queen of England. He was born in a small town in the middle of England, but moved to London when he was a young man. Not many people know this, but Shakespeare was a successful actor before he started writing plays and poems. In his lifetime, Shakespeare wrote 37 plays, and they are still as popular today as they were when he wrote them. His plays are still performed all over the world in many different languages. Perhaps the best-known play is Romeo and Juliet. As well as writing poems and plays, he also built a theatre in London called the Globe Theatre. William Shakespeare died on the 23rd of April. We think that this is also his birthday. William Shakespeare.
Could you please tell me 6 facts from the recording?
Yeah, William Shakespeare, he was a famous writer, and he born in 6th century, and he moved when he was a young age. He moved to London, and he has done 37 play, which is mostly all is famous. Which one was a really famous was Romeo and Juliet, and he born on 23rd of April. They call he born on 23rd of April.
Good. More.
Yeah, and
Okay, all right, but you did a good job. I mean, you can pass with the information that you've given me. What did Shakespeare do?
he was a writer.
That is correct. And how well known is Shakespeare?
He was from birth. He was famous, because
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. In which century? When
on the
did
6th century.
not 6th century? That's not that. 6th century is so far. No. 16th century.
16th century. Pardon me?
16th century, that is probably 700 years from now. No, not 700. Probably this is 21st century, so 500 years from now. 16th, 1/6. And
Okay.
who was the queen when Shakespeare lived? Who was the queen?
Queen Elizabeth.
Okay, and what did Shakespeare do before he was a writer?
he start in a young age, like for writing and all that.
What did Shakespeare do before he was a writer? He was an actor.
He was actor, yeah. The same line, like he was acting, and then he was writing, and after that,
Examiner can ask you 4 follow-up questions on the information that you've missed. Okay.
right.
Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. I think we can do a session about reading and writing tomorrow. So please, everyone, join me at 7 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, 7 p.m. is okay for you, Rehana?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, 7 p.m. We will meet and we'll try to cover up complete test of reading. If not writing, then reading for sure we can cover all, right?
Okay.
Okay.
And then I will teach you guys one more lecture about writing. Then see, all of you have passed already. Can you see that speaking and listening is almost ready?
Yeah.
Any confusion about it? You should not be having any confusion about it. Speaking, 2 tasks, 1 topic that you will choose and 1 topic that will be chosen by the examiner, just for 2 minutes. In that section, examiner will ask you to ask 2 questions from him or her, okay? The second one, listening, independent listening, recording is played twice and you have to answer 6 questions. Then listening part 2, recording is played and you're not allowed to take notes. You have to tell in few words. This means 2 sentences or even 1 sentence if you can. What is the recording about? And then the recording is played again. Examiner gives you the paper and the pen and tells you to take note for the 6 facts about the recording, and you have to tell on your own 6 facts about the recording. And the examiner is looking at the paper, and if you will miss any facts, examiner will ask you follow-up questions, just like I asked you follow-up questions, isn't it? And that is the end of the speaking. Speaking and listening is just for 18 minutes. Sometimes it is even lesser than that, okay? So I'm gonna take your leave for today. We'll meet tomorrow with reading and writing, and we'll try to do as much as we can, okay? All of you have passed, just a little bit more practice, and I'm sure you're gonna get a merit maybe. Galib, you will get distinction, okay? Pooja, we need to work a little bit with it so that you can pass, and Rehana, I'm sure you're gonna get a merit with it, okay? Pooja, you will pass too. I'm just saying some topics that you don't know, okay? Thank you so much.